It appeared like everything was going swimmingly since Cassie and Joey Rott did it properly. The couple, upon learning they were expecting, did all the necessary tests and did their best to keep the pregnancy calm, or so they believed. Give Reality Threads a subscribe, hit that like button, and spread the word about this video before we go any further. The news that Cassie was pregnant with triplets put her and Joey in a very precarious position during their pregnancy. The expecting mother was encouraged by doctors to use a fertility medicine to start labor early, but she opted not to, and instead carried the infants to 34 weeks. The Kansas woman relocated her family's farmhouse to Wichita during her third trimester so that she would be closer to medical care if she needed it. At 34 weeks along in her pregnancy, Cassie had to have a cesarean section on January 29, 2016, so she could meet her 3 healthy babies. Joey's children were kept in the hospital under close care, while his wife recovered rapidly and was released 2 days later. A sudden, severe pain in her chest and a racing heartbeat alerted the newly born mother that something was wrong. After the worried father of 5 took his wife to the emergency room, a CT scan revealed that she had a blood clot in her lungs. She spent 2 days in the hospital, during which time doctors ran more tests before releasing her. After thinking they were out of danger, Cassie and her husband spent a few hours visiting the neonatal intensive care unit with their children, Asher, Piper, and Levi. The joyful parents then continued their journey for 2.5 hours to Clay Center, the location of their farmhouse in Kansas. Their 2 girls, Chloe, who was 6 years old at the time, and Tenley, who was 2, were expected to bring even more joy to Joey and his wife. Unbeknownst to them, a gloomy cloud was looming over their fleeting delight. They had left their triplets at the neonatal intensive care unit. After Cassie's second hospital visit in a short period, they were relieved to be home again, even though they knew they would have to return the following day to see their children. Joey's wife resumed her regular duties as a mother. Laundry, pumping breast milk, folding baby clothes, and baking cookies were all tasks accomplished by the energetic mother. After some time had passed, Joey collected their older children from daycare. He piqued their interest by telling them a surprise was waiting for them at home. Many people shed tears and hugged Cassie as she reunited with her older children. Seeing her children again brought nothing but happiness to Chloe and Tenley's mother. Cassie then began experiencing chest pain, which abruptly ended the party. After a few minutes of resting, Joey bundled her into their car and drove her to the closest hospital. As soon as he felt the signs returning, he hit the road at full speed. However, things were looking bleak. His wife never opened her eyes again after she passed out in the seat beside him. "My emotions were numb," Joey said while discussing the incident. "It was completely unreal. Without a doubt, that was the lowest point in my life." Joey and the hospital's doctors both gave it their all, but to no avail. It was the end of Cassie's story. "I was trying to wake her up," the grieving husband stated. After much effort, the doctors were unable to improve her condition. Those who were left behind by Cassie did not find her death easy. Joey described her as perfect, one of those exceptional people who loved others and was always prepared to provide a helping hand. As a secretary at the nearby elementary school, she was famous for pitching in to assist the kids whenever they needed it, even if it meant spending her own money. Their daughters had a particularly hard time accepting her death. Joey confessed that one of them spoke about her mother constantly, as if she had gone to heaven. Joey had 5 children all of a sudden, and 3 of them needed constant care and attention, so life was tough for him. Along with feeding the family, changing diapers, and playing with the kids, he had to get his morning ritual done. Over time, he began to wonder how Cassie would have handled the challenges. She would have admonished him to take charge, he thought to himself, because he could raise their children any way he wanted. Joey was fortunate to have loved ones and caregivers around to assist him, as he had chosen to stay in the house he and his late wife had shared. Supporters also came together online and contributed over $100,000 to help him. Although they lived 7 miles away, Joey's in-laws, Chuck and Barbara, were kind enough to come over and assist with the care of their grandchildren. Because Cassie had been like a daughter to Barbara, a nurse, the experience was bittersweet. Since her son had only ever helped out his wife before, she went on to say that he had a lot of learning to do. Barbara added, "He's the mom and dad," following Cassie's death. No matter how difficult things were, Joey had to keep going. Joey kept all of Cassie's possessions, including her many paintings, after she passed away. He was honest and said he couldn't bring himself to part with them. On the other hand, he had no trouble assuring his kids of his undying love for them. Cassie had warned him after the birth of their second child, "If something ever happens to me, just make sure the kids know how much I love them." His response had been the same. So, he has kept her memory alive and raised his children in his own unique way, following his best guess as to what she would have wanted. At first, the idea of moving on after the death of his children's mother seemed inconceivable. The lesson Joey took away from his experience was that no one is ever given an impossible challenge. It looks like Cassie's husband is heading in the right direction for the time being. Joey dedicated an incredible update to his wife's memory on January 30th, 2022, and uploaded it on his Facebook page. They are now 7 years old in 2023, as the proud father uploaded a photo of their adorable triplets on the day they turned 6. It appears that the 3 children have grown up well and securely, based on the photos that have been shared with the public throughout the years. 3 of them were seen in a January 2019 Facebook post, all wearing pajamas, smiling as they lay on the floor. The middle child was the only girl in the group. The siblings were also the subjects of a professionally shot holiday portrait in 2018. The kids would celebrate their 3rd birthday the following month, as revealed in the post. During this exciting time of rapid development, they displayed their individuality and charm. Their father also shared some wonderful news. In just a few months, they would be starting preschool. The summer of 2020 saw the triplets entering 2nd grade at the age of 4. They appeared in multiple family photos, and their growth spurt was obvious. Joey also shared that he had remarried a few years prior and had another child, Dawson, with his second wife. The kids were doing great, and Tenley and Chloe, their older sisters, were getting ready to start 1st and 5th grade, respectively. In 2016, Joey showed how his family celebrated Mother's Day in Cassie's honor, keeping her memory alive. Wishing a very special mother in heaven a happy Mother's Day, the post featured Cassie with one of her older children holding a carved-out pumpkin. Do you think it's possible to triumph over any difficulty that comes a person's way? Do hardships make us stronger? If so, please tell your friends about this wonderful father and encourage them to do the same.